Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to the Riyadh Masters. We are into the last potential game of these tiebreakers. It is Tundra taking on Shopify Rebellion. If Tundra win, they are through to the main event to the group. If Shopify win, rinse and repeat, run it back, I suppose. Fogged, how you feeling?
I mean, I don't know what to expect because TSM destroyed Shopify, and then Tundra destroyed
Yeah,
TSM. So the rock paper scissors, if they're true in any way. No, I'm just kidding. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, Shopify definitely looked the roughest. They didn't really get off to much of anything in that last game in particular that we got to see. So that one looked hard. And also, I hope that they take it one step at a time. Just thinking about the game that's in front of which I imagine they do. But the thing you have to think about if you're not doing that is they got to win this, they got to win the next game, and then they have to win the one afterwards. So they got to win 3 games in a row, which is can be a bit stressful if you do start thinking about that. So let's hope that they can focus on the here and the now, and let's see what they can do. Let's hope they actually get to play a little bit better too, because that last game that they played was literally I felt like just one person. I felt like Abed was the only one who actually played Dota, and nobody on Shopify got to because of how TSM just crushed them.
yeah, dude. It really just it felt like Shopify kind of just rolled over and died in that game. They were just like, okay,
Yeah.
we messed up. All right, bye. See you later. Like, just gave up about like halfway through. It was a 24-minute game, and it felt like for somehow the game was longer. And then I looked back and I was like, no, they just got crushed in 24 minutes. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, they didn't even make moves. That's the one. It was like Abed was the only one with the IO a little bit making moves. Besides that, it's like Arteezy hitting creeps, Sableye hitting creeps, and then I feel like he never even got like a blink initiation. He got like 1 or 2, but they'd already lost their base already by that point. So
Yeah.
let's just hope we get something better for Shopify, just so we get at least an actual game for them. But for Tundra, I mean, if they can play like they did last time, their draft, they went down a greedy route. They kind of just smashed from start to finish, and AUI, even Crit said it in the lobby. You guys don't get to see the lobby chat and everything going. Crit writes, kind of beast enigma there, Owie. So,
Yeah, kind of beast.
kind of beast.
I made some good stuff happen there. I mean, that was probably as good, an Enigma game you're gonna get from the support role, I think, as you could ask for.
Yeah. No, yep. There's definitely there's no better game that you can get as a 5 Enigma. Averaging 3+ heroes in your black holes. Yeah. Get that out of there. They didn't ban it right away.
We had a little bit of a pause there at the start of the draft, but we are in. Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
So the Enigma, not messing around here. Like you said, Crit pointed out. I was like, all right, yeah, we don't want to deal with this. You guys have to do something else here. You get rid of the IO for Shopify, which has been one of their most successful heroes. Granted, against TSM, it got completely crushed. So
until this morning.
yeah, until this morning, it was one of their most successful heroes.
Yeah. So they still have to ban out the Naga Siren. I mean, Skitter definitely feels like he's been the best Naga Siren in the world for some time after that whole TI sprint because he just made it look broken. Darkseer, that means it's going to be left in the pool, and as we saw, in particular TSM did want to at least ban it out from Tundra. That hero is also insanely on the rise. Let's see what does get left in the pool, though.
It feels very appropriate that I am potentially watching all of my NA teams get eliminated after having covered this region for so dang long.
Well,
oh no!
You have to get used to it, especially if I'm not gonna say it. Actually, I'm gonna flame way too hard. I gotta take it easy.
No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, people call me so much about being like an EU fan nowadays. Like, guys, I'm American. I hope people know that, right? I know I do.
What?
I know I do hate a little bit on the
me?
NA teams a little bit right now lately, but they kind of deserve it a bit. Some of them, but
it's tough love. It's tough love.
It's true. I can use that. I mean, I know them all very, very well. So it's there's no real hate. It's just I expect better from a lot of these guys when I've been watching the way that they've been performing recently. So Abed, he'll get his Snapfire. So no Undying. Tundra, let's see which route they look to go to punish this.
I mean, there's been very few responses to the mid Snapfire, right? Only a couple in terms of like drawing the lane, but no one really beats the Snapfire lane. They will just go back for their Enchantress. This is good. Yep. Stops the aggression from the off lane in terms of like Beastmaster.
Ench Brood.
They grab the Brood. That is cool.
It's still very Tundra style where there's going to be Spiderlings on one side, Ench Creeps on another. They're going to be splitting map up and looking to get a lot of farm. And that's probably more than likely AUI playing the Enchantress, so a lot of farm.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to think, like, what Shopify want to do. Like, do you pick your Brood counter like here, something that can play against it, because there's obviously a handful of heroes from the off lane that are great. You have the Mars, of course. You have Legion Commander, which has looked pretty decent. You could flex the Legion even to the safe lane if you really want. But otherwise, is there a support here that really shuts down the Brood in the lane that could work?
Good question. Checking around really quickly because they have been varying quite a bit here with a bit of their drafts here. And I mean, the thing is that nothing's like so many things just aren't working for Shopify. That's why I'm like really thinking if they might just pick something like a Darks here just to have a good team fight secured. They do show 2 cores if they do that, but
yeah,
I mean they'll do it. They'll do something similar anyway. They'll pick a TB.
Okay, I mean that's good because it is one of the better carries into the Brood lane, right? So I like it.
Kinda.
But yeah, you're right. They are double showing cores. Going to make it a little bit difficult to ban out here in this first phase.
I don't know. I don't really mind Brood versus TB that much. Like Brood actually usually has a pretty decent advantage. It's pretty annoying to deal with the what is it? The Ebola, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, Silken Boa.
The Silken Boa, because the miss rate is actually super frustrating for a hero like TB, pre-Manta and stuff like that. And they have an Enchantress, so I'm actually kind of curious about this TB pick because it actually feels like they already have some answers to it.
I think if you pick this, you have to go with like an aggressive 5, something that can actually like help find kills on the Brood, right? You have to be able to punish it in the early levels, because that's when it's definitely weak. But as soon as it gets to like levels 5 and 6, your lane kind of falls apart, right?
Mm-hmm. They'll ban out the Darks here. I mean, they're definitely gonna look to try to protect this TB as possible, but there can be a lot of risks that you fall into when you do open like this. Team like Tundra, they're gonna move up the focus of just how they want to fully target it. So we'll see the sim band as last time that we saw at TSM. They take out that Timber Saw.
Dark Timber.
Yeah. But there's a lot of options. You know, we saw like Lion and stuff like that. So Tundra do have quite a bit up their sleeve. They have Lion, and then for the mid lane and stuff, they can do the Pangos. They can do the Ember Spirits and stuff. So they have options. Even if they might not be the best lane matchup, like Ember versus Snap or something.
Radiant team ban.
They do end up going for the Legion ban.
Okay,
yeah,
good call.
I think it's fine. Yeah. It's really rough for the Brood Mother. I thought if you picked it phase 1, it would be fine because you could flex it, but now they actually just... I wonder what they want on the carry, because I imagine it's something to address their safe lane matchups.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, Legion definitely seems to be a really, really good hero at the moment too. I just was a little doubtful of the first 2, but definitely could have been good anyway if they could have built a lineup around it. How are they going to look to ban and protect this last one? Maybe they don't ban the Pango just because they have the snap matchup versus it, and it does destroy that lane so hard. If they do end up putting it there, they'll look at the Slark instead. So we did see Tundra run that one just before, so prioritizing that.
Makes sense. Skater looked amazing. Did do a good job against the Terrorblade overall.
Yep.
Good at finding the Snapfire and dealing with her too, so I like that. It's a really smart ban.
Yeah, they got the glory of being able to watch the last game, right? So they get to look at what they learned from it in particular. So if they saw that the Slark, if the route that they're going down is an issue for the TB, then yep, so be it.
I mean, you can't cookie out of Pounce, right?
No.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Tundra Esports.
They'll just ban the Pounce. Yeah.
Straightforward ban there. No.
Yep. Saberlight just full targeted. I mean, did you see 2 Beastmaster Terrorblade games, even though one of them did lose?
Radiant team pick.
They'll go with their ban.
Dude, this hero has been so good.
Super strong versus TB. Good versus Snap to get the initiations, and it's a fight starter. Potent lane as well too. That's the one thing about the TB. You know, you could be, if your lane's not in a good position for yourself now at this point, this Brood and the Batrider can run you down a lot of times, so looking to protect him perhaps. Go for this Veno a bit early.
Yeah, so interesting Veno pick, right? Because probably 5 Veno, I would imagine, for
That's
fly.
what I think too, yeah.
Does at least give space for the Terrorblade. Like anytime Batrider goes in for like Firefly or like Flame Break, you just Gale him and it's over.
That's what I'm thinking as well, too. I think it's just
Yeah.
literally strictly for like the lane protection, just so they can't like just chase TB constantly. So that's kind of cool. And they'll get a tide. So
Sark's already, Sark's banned. Not the best like hero against the Tide, but there is a Razor still. I'm not sure if you can pick Razor to TB though. I feel like it might be too slow in terms of like the team fight damage.
yeah, I'm trying to think what other options here for Tundra.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they're always the team with the TB.
Yeah, right.
Radiant team
Faceless Void is an option.
They're still gonna
Just
do
go
the
back for
Pango.
the Pango.
I mean, the
Ah,
matchup,
okay.
we said this is a possibility of the Pango, the Ember. The matchup, it's going to be rough versus the Snapfire, but they're looking for the overall game, is what that tells me. For carry,
10
I mean,
seconds remaining.
I can't believe I'm going to suggest it anyway. I think we saw it once or twice this tournament, but the
5
PL,
seconds remaining.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of stun. And he has the Dispel as well, too. For the
Yeah,
Gale and
it's
everything.
not bad.
But there's a Tide Hunter, though. It's like, you can play around the Tide later on with just like whittling his mana down just with constant illusions and everything like that, but maybe it's not the best pick.
Yeah. I mean, I would still think it's something you gotta be scared of. Like it could still fit the draft really well. Maybe it depends on what 4 Shopify managed to get here for crit, but
Am I missing like a very glaring one?
I mean Faceless Void's the like other really big one for Tundra. I think that would work, but it could get punished pretty easily, I think, by Tide +1.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but just don't feel like they have any literally 0 damage in Chrono, and versus like a Tide, maybe it'll take you too long to get to that point. But maybe. I mean, they're taking their time for the bans. They're thinking hard. They're looking more to Drow. That would have been good. That would have been nice there versus the Tide and TB.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
So they're thinking this is a support snap.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, what if they move the snap into the Tide lane? It is one of the old school matchups because you do have minus armor from the Little Shredder, and you can just get like a casual Blightstone. A lot of times you'll still go like your 2 spells, like QW, but you could get like a value point in the Little Shredder.
That's actually pretty interesting.
I just feel like it's been too good mid to turn up. The Meepo ban, I was wondering if you could go Meepo. I don't know. They do respect ban it at least.
They didn't really have much answers to it, so that would have been pretty nice. They banned TA. Ban TA, huh? I mean, when you ban TA, that usually says Void again, too.
It kind of feels like it, right? But
yeah, maybe you're actually right.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll have to see.
I mean, when I see the Ember ban, I thought the PL again. And then I see the TA ban, and now I think...
Tundra
Yeah, you're right.
Esports turned Mirana.
I guess we'll see.
That is just an old school Tide lane partner as well. That being said, there's not a lot of arrow setup this game.
Pretty
like,
much
at all.
none. Yeah. I mean, that looks
you have
kind
Gale.
of weird. They're in a situation, again, where they don't really have any, like, stuns and setup. Like, the last game,
Yeah.
they also ran into that issue where...
Remaining.
I mean, it was Saberlight, right? Abed has a stun as a Lash, but it was just him and Saberlight to be able to get it, and Saberlight had no game. This one is another one where they really lack Disable again.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Mirana. Bloodseeker's still in, yeah. I mean, it is one of the good heroes into the Tide lane. It doesn't struggle too much, and Terrorblade matchup is meh, like okay. How do you feel about the last Bloodseeker?
Oh god, I don't know. I mean, I wanted it last game in particular versus the Beastmaster and stuff like that, but this actually still looks pretty strong. This looks pretty good.
Right, Shopify, a lot that they have to accomplish in this game.
Huh. I mean, if Shopify
it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, I mean, if Shopify's draft isn't bad by any means. I mean, I actually kind of like both. They both kind of got what they want. I'm just worried because Shopify don't have stuns, but then I look at Tundra's, and Tundra's also doesn't really have the most disables until Pango's kind of online, so... I actually like Shopify's a little more.
And Pango's in a pretty rough lane.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe I think I'm liking Shopify just a tiny, tiny bit more. Very, very small though.
Just because
of the lane.
matchup.
Just because of the mid matchup, and I feel like sometimes I've seen these mid players like they just don't get off the board, but they do have ways to get to the Snapfire and Stopper if the Pango does not have a horrendous time. So, and I do think that this Terrorblade does have quite a few things that he has to be careful for. I mean, there's an Encha, Brute, a Bat, and a Pango. So these 4 heroes in particular, they're there to kind of answer the TB. So we'll have to see what type of lane he actually ends up having versus what the Bat Brood.
I am curious. Like a lot has to come down to, I think, Abed getting like really active early. If he manages to get the Atos, there's potentially your arrow setup, right? Because we've seen the fact that they are lacking it, but
I mean, maybe
quick Atos, it could be good enough. I don't know.
I'm so indecisive right now. Maybe I don't like Shopify. So I'm like, I don't even know.
I think the Terrorblade Venom lane should do good, though. I do think that lane should have kill threat. If they get the Gale onto the Brood at level 2, they can easily just kill him.
Yeah, I just have worries. So I have worries for damage when like Pipe comes out for the side of Shopify, and I feel like that's going to happen pretty early for the Brood, and then it's all like Artesian. I feel like he has a lot of answers. You know what? I'm switching. I like Tundra's a little more. You know what? I'm switching a little bit. This is a tough one for me. I don't know. This one's going to be exciting either way. I mean, I'm really looking forward to see if Shopify is going to be able to win this and then bring back for 2, and if not, I mean, Tundra, this will be it for them. So,
yeah, Tundra win this, they're straight through to the main event. If Shopify win, we get to rinse and repeat our 3-team round robin. So for those of you who maybe saw, the other tiebreakers, welcome to this one. It is Shopify taking on Tundra, and a big game for both these teams. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Oh man, so it's too much to think about right here. I'm like trying to think how these lanes. The Veno TB versus the Brood.
Oh.
Okay. They're trying to get first blood.
Yeah.
Gush, Veno, Gale, Arrow with the TB coming in. They have quite a strong. I mean, their level 1 is so much stronger. I would say the Shopify have drafted themselves some pretty strong lanes overall, and then just Tundra's looking to draft overall for the majority of the game.
30 seconds.
So if SR can have these strong lanes and kind of snowball off of that, they do have a good lineup. If Tundra can actually do decent in their lanes and slow the pace of the game down, their draft overall looks nice.
Man, I am hesitant to say this safe lane should be really good for Shopify. I feel like it should be. I've seen this Veno have some pretty good stuff, but
we'll have to see up to execution.
The battle begins.
Yeah. All right, we're just gonna do a quick trade 1-for-1 on the runes. No one really getting too aggressive. I mean, it makes sense. Tundra definitely want to avoid this fight.
Yeah, I mean, their level 1 is pretty miserable. You have an Enchantress and Brood Mother on your level 1, so don't really do too much with that if you don't have really godly level 1s. And a Bat, reliant on other heroes as well too. So 2 for 2. And let's see how these lanes end up going here. Let's see if Crit's able to handle AUI on the Enchantress here. AUI instantly just skills the heal.
I like that. That's a cool way to trade into this Mirana. We saw in, was it the Berlin Major? Or I think it was Berlin, where Mirana was getting picked a ton because of the Enchantress. And I want to say it was Snaking doing this, where he would just build a bunch of stats and just right-click the Enchantress in the lane over and over.
Yeah, you can trade super effective. It's just, you have Arrow on Mirana, you can't actually out-trade this Enchantress by any means. Yeah. So it's not just putting Skitter in a 1v1, which, I mean, isn't the easiest 1v1 by any means versus a Tide, but...
Yeah. So bottom lane, they did get a decent chunk of damage out onto the Brood, putting this first meta to decent use. The thing is, the lane is going to push here. So,
hard shoving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gale will connect, but it's just a Gale.
Almost level 2. If he was level 2, Snaking might actually have died here.
Yeah, maybe. And they have Blood Grenade plus a Reflection then, so yeah, probably.
Yeah. Poison Sting. It would have added up.
Yep.
But very close. Very close. Fly will just salve up on the backside. He does have a lot more regen than Snaking does. And here comes level 2. The Reflection Gale 1 second away.
It's at the tower.
Did a few more auto attacks, but yeah, they dropped the Blood Grenade, try to chase him back into the tower. It's not going to be enough to secure first blood.
All right. I mean, Tundra, they're all right. They're kind of okay with this, with the pushing in, as long as they don't lose heroes now, and as long as they can get some of these ranged last hits. But it looks like Shopify's playing it nice. They secure those. Mid lane Abed, he's looking to get as aggressive as possible versus 9.
do get the bottles delivered about the same time as the 2-minute runes are up as well, so they'll both get the refill. Crit is just getting destroyed by Aoi now. We forced to salve up himself.
He'll be able
Does
to
protect one mid rune, and 9 sees it, so he's gonna head to the other side.
He'll be able to, yeah. And now that went away from Abed. Abed won't get both.
All right, how are these lanes looking in your opinion?
The lanes overall, I was saying, like, Shopify, I feel like they should have the advantage on the lanes overall, but Tundra, I mean, can work their magic, especially on bottom. I think this is one of the ones that I'm going to be looking at a lot, in particular.
I mean, next meta up in 17. You're not going to have level 3, but maybe they still go for the play. It's hard to say.
Oh, Snake actually goes for Sticky in this one. I thought for sure he would go the 2 points Firefly just for the kills, but... Saberblade top, taking quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah. The enchant, the blood grenade, the blood right is out, and he might die under the tower here. Skitter will just go for the dive and gets him.
That's huge.
That is big.
I mean, Aui's just hitting him. The heal play, and he's just actually out-trading them very effectively.
Yeah. Bottom lane, the exact same thing we were talking about. They're going to play around the meta, get the Gale onto Brood, and he dies. But First Blood going to Bloodseeker, way better.
First Blood going to Bloodseeker, and 9, he is handling mid right now pretty damn well versus Abed, gotta be honest with you. 17-3 to 19-5.
He gets his second kill, does bait him with the magic stick there. But yeah, still, the meta will end now and give a little bit of space for 33s. He has the regen advantage now.
33 just opts to go very early boots. He's just going for move speed versus these multiple forms of slow that comes out from Shopify. TZ is low though. Do they have extra regen? They don't have extra regen just yet.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some coming on the courier. Tango and Salve coming out, but...
Okay.
He's going to be kept low for a moment, but Snaking, he actually went toward mid to help out 9.
Ooh, nice. He denied the bottles again.
Yep.
Why is kind of low? Needs to be careful of snaking right now. There's a salve, but oh, does he? He actually doesn't have a napalm for 1 second. Will throw it now, but he's trapped actually. Oh, the Gale's gonna come out. Snaking gets a little bit too far forward, and it will just be a. We'll hear in just a moment. Yeah, he will burn down.
And the wave, they can actually get quite a bit of denies on it, so they actually get every single deny on the creep wave because he burnt them. So he actually kind of just got himself killed and griefed 33 a little bit with the lane positioning.
Yeah.
Big slip up there for Snaking, actually. He was holding the skill point, and then he just, like, walks in without Firefly and just gets caught by Gale. And a TP
Gale on a 33? He's so deep. Yeah, the TP in from Crit.
Nice move.
The Starstorm.
Whoop.
And they finish him off here. A few more auto attacks. Should just get ran down here by the Mirana, and he does. Okay.
Good TP.
Some nice rotations. That is very big for this lane.
Yeah, nice for whoever called that. Like, literally, as soon as he walked under tower, Gale instant TP, so... Top, that means they're going to get aggressive, though. Can they actually punish Saberlight? It looks like not.
2-point Kraken Shell now.
Yep. Too tanky.
So he is just trying to survive.
Alpha Wolf kind of completely counteracts it, right? Almost entirely, I think. Yeah, it's close. Not entirely, but...
Yeah.
Alright, Artur, farming well. So is the Bloodseeker, though, and... Yeah, I mean, 9, he's only 100 gold behind the mid lane, behind the Snapfire, so I think that's pretty damn impressive, to be honest with you, for Pango.
Frith is still bottom here on this Mirana. And just trying to play with 33 a little bit. Their goal, I guess, just leave Tidehunter solo.
I like
and makes free space for this RTZ Airblade. Yeah, I like it as well.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. There's like now the Tide is safe enough for the most part until Rupture comes online to be protected up top. So yeah, he can look to kind of play as this dual lane / tri lane and play around mid lane as well too, and maybe even find 9. Illusion.
Oh, what a Manta dodge, or illusion dodge rather, but in a melee range arrow, he gets the Rolling Thunder off. It's going to be enough to allow him to survive. That was sick.
That was actually so nice. Holy crap. I mean, a for sure kill if it connects.
Yeah. People say early illusion rune doesn't matter.
Precious bounty.
It's a good start in these lanes, Shopify. But yeah, Pango not that far behind, only 500. Kisses are on cooldown, but so is Rolling Thunder. But Rolling Thunder does come back up 20 seconds earlier. Snay.
Throws the blood grenade even into the reflection. This dude is crawling base movement speed across the map, and he's gonna die.
Big.
Everybody walks over to connect. That's big. Another kill for him. Meanwhile, our runes, or the wisdom runes, melee arrow, crit grabs it. Okay. Now you have this Mirana and Enchantress just right-clicking each other again.
Yep. And 33 will opt to just take the Wisdom Room himself, so that will at least hurt one of these supports in particular. So they're going to be a little bit lower level.
Tower?
It looks like they might actually be able to. I mean, Arteezy's having a great time down bottom. This Venom pick has actually worked kind of in the way that we had hoped it would have worked. It's gotten some good effective use out of it versus this Bat.
I think I have seen this Veno pick into a Broodmother earlier in this tournament, and it completely gutted the Brood. Like, it couldn't play the lane, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing versus the Bat, too. I think that's probably why Snaking went Sticky instead of going Firefly.
Oh, the Rupture top lane. Saberlight just TPs, but guess what? He's got the Troll Trapper. 9 coming in, offering a little bit of extra support. He could Ravage, and he will as he just tries to walk away. 9, continuing the chase here. Blood Raged up, Swashbuckles on forward, and Snaking should be able to run him down. One last auto attack from Skitter. So, Ravage down.
He thought he could survive backing away. Ravage on cooldown, that's actually going to hurt. Mango does have Rolling Thunder, but 8-minute Power Rune again. It's been secured. They did send the 2 supports to help out Abed to get its Shield Runes online. Super tanky.
They're closing in on that Atos. A little over 1,000 gold away, which will be a good form of cash if Crit's Mirana can play around him.
Very good point.
Oh, the cookie comes out. The Blood Grenade is there as well, and plenty of damage. I'll finish off the Bat Rider here. 9 with the Rolling Thunder, going to chase. Sleep to the low ground, but an even better shield crash, and 9 will be able to find himself a kill here. But Abed does have Mortimer Kisses, and he's going to use them. 9 has to walk on in, and the real question is how long can you keep this up? The cookie comes out. One more auto attack. Yeah. That was sick.
That was really sick from Abed. The positioning even to put himself on the edge of the wall so he gets bonked up. So that he's actually just right next to this Pangolier as well, too. Really smart play from Abed.
I didn't even think about that. That was cool.
That's really, really nice from him.
Auto refill as well.
This early game is crisp. I mean, Saberlight, he is getting slowed down a little bit because Crit's rotating, but Crit is enabling these other 2 lanes massively. The TB and this Snapfire at the moment, they're getting such a good amount of farm, and they're being active. They're actually looking to set up perhaps even at the Skitter top, who's not healthy.
He just finished Meteor Hammer. He wants to start hitting this tower. Cookie. And with the guts to follow it up, the Veno's level 6. The ult comes out. Skitter's just gonna burn under all of these dots. Okay.
Shopify had to wake up. They needed that one game to get themselves going. Fly so far, he's part of every kill. 4-0-4, the Veno pick is working beautifully.
This is a level 6, like 5 position Veno. He just chases down Snaking. Arteezy with one of the most deep wraparounds. He portals top and just starts farming to connect on another kill.
I don't ever want to see an Arteezy Medusa again. I want to see more of the Arteezy Nagas and Terrorblades. He just looks so much more comfortable. They secured his lane.
He's already
really
got that Dragonlance.
Yeah, he is very, very big. For Tundra, I mean, they're not too far out behind, though. It's only that 1K lead at the moment, 2K now after this tower falls, but can they get any connection for themselves to get some space to open up the map a little bit here?
33 should be able to grab this bottom tower eventually here, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is just Broodmother. They're going to bring everyone else down here as well, so they are going to commit for it. Oh, God, you're right, mid.
They're just going to take mid, yeah. I mean, Saberlight's
got a Catapult.
He's got Meteor Hammer, they've got Catapult, the DD on Crit. This tower's going to fall very fast. Great moves from Shopify.
This is nice.
And Tundra still, especially the 2 supports, we're seeing those levels hurting. They got one of the Wisdom Runes, but the other one was taken by 33, so Snaking's still level 4, and now he only 5. Whoop! That arrow almost catches 9.
That would have been very close. And Tide can now just go bottom. Tower dies. Okay, still gets taken by the Catapult, but at least have an immovable body that can be on that side now.
I like this. I think this is where this is home. He should just stay hugging Abed, holding his hand pretty much for the rest of this game. He has the partner now for that Atos combo, so he can always get the arrow connection. They might even just be able to find one right away. 9. Will he show?
Oh, the arrow. It's not going to connect. He gets the swash away. Nice reaction from 9.
Nice play, yeah. And that's almost his defusal finished up, so dodges the gank. Some time wasted from the side of Shopify there.
So, good start, at least from Shopify. As this game goes on, we go into this mid-game here. I feel like this Mirana, maybe we're going to see a little bit more impact out of than we initially expected, just because of how good the lanes have gone. What do you think?
As long... we'll have to wait a second. 9. We'll secure the courier and probably jump away.
He's just like, see ya.
Even a tumbler
Tumbler's up to the high ground.
Yeah, so far the early game's been good, but yeah, there definitely could be some concerns coming out. If they don't deal with the potential what's going to start happening from Tundra is they're just going to start using the spiders to cut waves. They're going to start using the enchant to cut waves and stuff like that. So lanes are always going to have to be something Shopify keeps a mind on. And it's a good thing that they have something like TB to at least push those out constantly. But any waiting time where you're sitting back not farming, like Tundra is just going to play this eco game super hard this game. Nice scan. Actually, right on top of Skitter. They're setting the trap. This is nice.
Light Shadow, you finally hit level 6. Fly, Atos, into the Veno ult, and Mortimer kisses. You know, being assigned base movement speed is never a fun thing.
Yep, and Fly gets another one. 505, still part of every single one of the kills. It's making really nice moves.
He's almost a Solar Crest.
Yep, and I like that they bypass the lanes in order to do that, right? They're like, okay, Tundra's playing lanes only with heroes that don't show. So we're going to have to look to find this Bloodseeker inside these jungle camps, and they do exactly find him there.
And they are looking for Snaking. They will get some vision of him. Oh, crit.
Nice leap.
What a call. Just, yep, perfect leaps on over. Cancels that TP. Snaking is pretty fast. I'm going to try and run away here. He could get a little bit out of it. Blood grenade out from crit. Arteezy actually ended up going back the other way to cut the wave, so it's going to be a slow, painful death here potentially for the Batrider, or he's just going to walk away.
Nah, he's just out. He was actually, that was a huge, the smart little play there to turn around immediately as the TP came out. Like,
wait a minute.
Oh, will he get out though? Just kidding.
Uh-oh. There's a TV here, guys. Arteezy gets himself a freebie. Meanwhile, mid lane, they caught Tide. He signs up, Ruptured, Rolling Thunder, everything. All the space comes through. The Atos perfect connection. Terrorblade is here as well. 9. One more auto attack will finish him off. So Arteezy gets 2 kills off the map.
He really just needed to wake up. Like, look at him. He's actually showing up to all these early fights, even on a Terrorblade.
He's almost to Manta.
Yep. Rolling Thunder used. He's feeling confident to go and at least put a little bit of pressure onto mid. Don't know how much he's going to actually be able to hit the tower, though. So. Good moves. 12-4. But looking at net worth, Tundra, they're still playing the farm game.
I was going to say, look at 33, dude. He is super farmed on this Brood all of a sudden.
Yep, and he's playing to scale. Since his Bloodseeker is having a little bit of difficulties, he's going for the hard right-clicking build.
Yeah, early BKB. Owie. Just getting chased down here from the Enchantress, or on the Enchantress. If Fly hits the Gale, a Meteor Hammer is definitely coming. Oh, does that Meteor Hammer hit?
Nope.
It does not. Okay, I was like, I don't think it does.
Heads up TP.
Good TP.
And he gets the courier with the creep, and look at his creep mid also. AOI, he was microing while running away. Tower's taking the damage.
Good. What the heck is this?
He's actually taken almost the entire tower. He has taken the entire tower. Oh my god.
What is this?
How disgusting. And I think we're going to see that a lot, especially once if he gets shard, potentially, if he wants to buy that, or if he just gets from the Tormentor eventually at 20.
That's some funny stuff right there.
Yeah, so 12-4. I'd say Shopify still has very, very good team fight and everything if those fights do kick off, but I mean, Tundra, they're just playing the way to split up, look to acquire those items. They're actually not looking for the head-on engagements of 5v5 or anything like that. They're looking to wait until they get more items. And if you look at the gold and XP, it's favoring Tundra.
Yep, it has gone all the way back their way now.
Yep. Which
is surprising, right? Because it looked like this was all Shopify for a while, but it's honestly Saberlight scaling on the Tide has just not been there.
Nope.
Mid lane, they do manage to catch the Enchantress once again, but Owie just too tanky.
He is.
Raindrop plus Magic Wand, one casual point in the Nature's Attendance is enough.
He's alright. Yeah, he's fine.
That's Veno ult down too.
And that's 3 heroes showing themselves as well, so. Tundra.
Ooh, Snaking. Fields his blink there as he's looking for our easy top.
And we're seeing the itemization from 9. Since he's got a Bloodseeker on his team, which isn't the best one-to-one matchup for a TB, he's looking to have more answers. He's going Maelstrom on the Pango, so he's going to be the one to scale as well too with this. So they're going to have 3 scaling cores versus this TB. So this could get to a point where it can maybe potentially be a 4 protect one. Snapfire still definitely scales, but I have seen a couple of these games where the Snap falls hard in their place if they're able to get on top of her. And they have a couple heroes to do that. The Bat Lasso with Blink, and the Pango in particular.
Tons of vision coming out from 33 as he's sending spiders all over this triangle. And it's going to allow 9 to try and make some plays here. Abed does have the Atos. Be careful. We'll just back away on Shopify.
Tundra's pretty happy with the way the game state's going on. Honestly, I think they're just like sitting back, farming, and watching Shopify run around. Shopify ideally want to find some type of connection in these next few moments. Do they have a blink on the Tide? Okay, they have blink on Saberlight, so maybe that's going to allow them to open the game a little bit more open to perhaps get some type of fight into a Roshan.
I feel like you have to. Your Brood is now top net worth, and Pango and Bloodseeker are not having a hard time either. They are back in this.
Yeah, I mean, the way the map state feels right now, it can't feel the greatest for Shopify. So if they can get a kill into a Roche, that'll get them right back into the right place, but can they?
Blink out. They're just going to take the portal to the top lane. Don't risk it as 33 brings his entire army. Oh, they get the Atos out from Abed, but they don't cancel the channel. Arrow and Cookie down. They're afraid to follow. They're all just dead. Or they just have to turn around.
Yep, time wasted. More and more time wasted. They're going to make their way up toward top, perhaps like attempting to just force that Roshan, but Tundra, they're in the area.
You have Blink Ravage here. 33 would be a massive kill if you can find it, but you got to get the Cookie, and he gets the BKB. He's just going to turn around with the Insatiable Hunger, try and just beat down Abed. Abed is dead.
He kills him.
He's gone.
4v1.
He gets a kill and walks away. He is slowed for the moment, but the chase is over. 9 is here. The Rolling Thunder at the ready. Snake King can go for a lasso if he really wants. Shopify don't find the kill.
No, and that's like almost everything committed. They still have kisses, but they used meta, and I think that's why Tundra's pump faking. 9's maybe like, hey guys, we can fight. Someone else is probably saying, why? They popped meta. Just back up, farm. Like, just play the map again. And Tundra, they're outmaneuvering Shopify completely here, and what a play from 33. 1v4, turns, stands his ground, and just deletes a Snapfire. That was the mid, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was the mid, huh? Oh, my lord.
A 4K lead. They're playing the farm game, and it's absolutely working.
What Tundra does, man. They just are so efficient around the map, and you pointed out, like, a lot of this is just Aui's Enchantress making a lot of space.
He's just farming jungle, and then Snaking's like cutting waves with Firefly, Brood Spider sending to scout and cut things. Shopify, they're just not able to find the connections, and they're probably like, hey guys, we want them to team fight us, but they're just never playing that team fight route. Ravage still on cooldown 60 seconds too. They don't find a connection, and watching 9 also he's just getting the more and more answers for the TB. That Maelstrom Stone, he's got the Aghanims queued next. And they are positioned around bot.
This scaling Pango build is going to do work.
And they're positioned around bot for Roche. There's no Ravage, there's no meta. So as soon as it shifts down here, they might actually just look to go for it.
Dude, 33 is so far. He's got Harpoon BKB on his way to SNY. Oh, man. I mean, this Brood is a carry. Like, on an actual, like, one-position Brood Mother. He is enormous.
Yeah, and he can absolutely. I mean, we've seen the Brood carry even versus the TB. Like, we've seen teams literally pick that versus TB to stand their ground, and yeah, this is definitely working so far. Even though it's 12-5, I mean, Tundra, they played this map beautifully in these last moments, and now they've got a Roche. Now they've got fight advantage in a straight 5v5 team fight with these items they've picked up.
Oh my goodness, 33, level 16.
Look at the spiders. I love when I just see
they're going all over the map.
The spread.
They just know, like, there's nothing here. Moonlight Shadow finally comes out, but it's way too late. Does Tundra secure themselves the first Roshan? Aegis will go to Skitter's Bloodseeker.
Tundra felt like 2 steps ahead at that point. It felt like Shopify, they smoke, and they're like, oh my god, it's way too late. And even if they didn't make it, like, even if they wanted to go earlier, I think meta was just coming back up, so.
He might get this mid-tier too. It's gonna be so close. One more attack. Okay, they do.
Decent arrow, but can't force anything from Skitter. And Artesia, I'm looking at him, and I think he's starting to debate if he wants to go back for BKB rather than Scotty first. And I think he's feeling a bit of that pressure of just the overwhelming heroes that are going to get on top of him. The Pango, the Bat Rider, just all these different things. He might need the magic immunity rather than being able to go for Scotty. We'll see if he does do it.
Saberline spiders to kill. That's always fun. He actually went and bought his shard here, so he has the Tendrils of the Deep.
Okay.
Second follow-up stun. He's like, all right, I realize if I blink Ravage this Brood Mother, we need another stun.
His scale, that does,
I guess.
I mean, his scaling, it's been crippled anyway this game, but this is going to perhaps cripple it even more if he doesn't get a connection with it. And Aoi, he does get the shard from the Tormentor, so now the 2, you see how much farm he has now? It's going to double. pretty fast because he's just going to be using double enchant creeps around the map.
He is farming so fast.
Yeah, he's scaling.
Substantially further than away from the court from these supports. And mind you, this is Fly, who started 4-0-4 in like the first 9 minutes of this game.
Yeah, 4-0-4, 5-0-5. He's still 5-0-6. It's just they're just getting outmaneuvered. They're getting danced around the map. It's the Tundra mechanic, right? This is what some people absolutely hate to watch. I absolutely love it because it's just full understanding. They're just like, okay, whatever. You want to pick a team fighting team trying to force thing? Yes, you won lanes. You have great lane lineup, but how do you play the map versus this type of Tundra play style? Seeming to be pretty difficult.
I feel like a lot of it was going to come from Abed's Snapfire, to be honest. Like, we talked about the really favorable mid matchup versus this Pango. He didn't really get too far ahead, and now he's back for the Maelstrom.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of standard, but now that he has his Maelstrom, he can farm a little bit faster, but
they have some... There's definitely
they've not connected.
There's definitely some concerns of the fact that neither of them went BKB, though, right? So there could be situations where both of these heroes, the Snapfire and the Terrorblade, could just get controlled fully inside of a fight and brought down.
And they will find Fly. Lasso there as Snake King finally gets to put that blink to good use. And yeah, the kill streak. That's right. We were just talking about he's 5-0-6, finally dying for the first time. Goes to Skitter.
Dream. Good vision at the moment from Shopify. Can they actually make anything with it, though, versus the Sages? 2 minutes left on it from Skitter.
They popped Moonlight there, so you don't have a bonus move speed or that invis to play around now.
Oh. And Tundra's just playing farm game. Look at this, Naze even like double blinking to Firefly 3 camps at the same time. Aoi is stacking Ancients while shoving mid with a range creep.
They are looking really good right now. Tundra just very, very, very well executed Dota.
They're just controlling the entire state of the game. This is the beauty of it, really, without making many plays. They're doing it just with like splitting up and avoiding Shopify. On them up to a 6k gold lead, and Aghanim's now finished on 9. So this TB, without a BKB, he's got to get eviscerated by 9. He has the 15 talent now, too, so...
Man, that is so scary, dude.
Yeah.
That is so scary.
It's just scary to see how the fights are going to be, like... It just looks like it's a lot easier to execute for Tundra. For Shopify, the execution pre-BKBs just look complicated.
Yeah. And you still have this massive Broodmother who's just buying net worth with this Terrorblade the whole time. He's on his way to a Butterfly, which he almost has. It's only about 600 gold away.
Good lord.
So I don't know how you ever kill this Brood. Like, you can't burst him. No. He's too tanky.
And they're like try/quad scaling and once it gets to the point.
Steal the Tormentor.
AUI is going to get to the point where he's going to be that 4th core at some point too. This is very, very worrisome for Shopify. Unless they have to they have to dream big and get big connections. I feel like the pressure's on Saberblade a lot in this game now, just to get those huge ravages.
They at least steal the Tormentor away. A kind of useless shard here on the Batrider, but for the most part, denying that gold XP.
Yeah, big.
Not bad.
I mean, they just continue accelerating themselves more, and Shopify just...
They saw 33 bottom.
Aegis reclaimed.
Aegis expiring mid. I mean, maybe you can get the Blink Ravage here. Right on the high ground, they do. Can they follow it up? The Tendril the Deep with the arrow. It's there. Big kill, but in comes 9. It's his turn to shine. He's looking to just stay on top of the Terrorblade. He can mana burn him. It's huge. He's got a Sunder available, but will he get a chance to use it? He's falling low, gets the Manta. He gets the Sunder barely on a Snaking, and now you're bleeding on Tundra, but the chase from 33, the real carry is here. Will at least find himself a kill onto the Terrorblade, but Saberlight's in. The Tendrils do connect. The arrow not going to be there.
Huge hit, though. They catch the Bloodseeker literally as Aegis is going away. A very bold move right outside the base, but they do at least get the kill. But they will lose Arteezy for it. So they can't actually get any type of momentum out of it. But a way to slow down Tundra's, which was starting to become pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, that is a really, really nice fight for them. Almost 2,500 gold going their way, but the big thing there, also the experience. It's just 33, man. I don't know how. You just have to like try and run from him when he has BKB. That's like about it.
Yeah, it's the fact that there's the tri-scale, but it is a big hit. I mean, Skeeter now massively slowed down. That was pretty much exactly what Shopify needed to do to at least get themselves into a better position here. Will be some time, some downtime for them now to be able to fight, though. 70 seconds on meta, 70 on Ravage. So Tundra could look to strike back when they respawn fully.
Dire's top tower
Saberlight. Just gonna chip the tower real quick with the Meteor Hammer and good old walk away. I think that's enough damage.
It's very close.
Very close. It's gonna be like
1
HP. Oh my god, it is! Literally 1 HP. Amazing. Alright, they still get it at the end, but
Yeah.
that was funny.
And Tundra, they are looking to try to take advantage of cooldowns at the moment, so they're looking to hunt. But Shopify playing nicely, playing careful. Look at Arteezy's positioning. All the way on the left side here. The rest of his team kind of playing top side, so they've avoided this smoke nicely. Well, should buy them time to have Ravage and meta back up for the next fight.
And we saw the effect, like Terrorblade. Once he has BKB, these fights might be a little bit different, right?
Yeah, might be a bit more. Might be a bit easier, at least for him to stand his ground. At least versus 9 in particular.
Yeah.
Still a difficulty, of course, versus 33, as we've seen, but another Meteor Hammer on top, Saberlight.
I was gonna say, he's just getting a little bit of chip damage. That's not bad.
Yep, bad at all.
Gonna TP back bottom, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It seems like game plan hasn't really changed all that much for Tundra.
Looks like, yeah, still play the map until you can perhaps look to set up like a Roshan fight or something like that. But Shopify, they might actually be able to at least finish up they're going to be able to finish up the BKB on Arteezy before that next fight. So, I mean, that mid play was pretty huge for them to get things back going for them.
We're going to see the Roche respawn. It is. Okay, it is like, if this was an instant Roche, it could be really good for Shopify, but it will end up spawning bottom instead. They do smoke up with the BKB.
BKB, and he's got an Arcane Rune, so he can pump out a couple illusions to put these lanes in a good position, and that is exactly what is going on right now. These lanes are in a very good spot for Shopify, mid and top being shoved in.
And Light Shadow as well for that bonus move speed.
Oh, and look
They're
at...
just going to continue to push mid.
So he's got the creep wave here. Look at Owie. He's got 2 enchanted creeps to cut the next wave in the mid lane. So this is the last wave that Shopify has. So yeah, mid wave. See you later.
And they're setting up for bottom. Like they have a feeling Roche could just be spawning any moment. And I guess you're like making the bet here on Tundra that it's not up, right? Otherwise, it could be going for a top.
Arteezy did a good job of tanking the tower with his illusion, so they actually have to glyph to finish off the creep wave. And this tower, it looks like it's gonna go down.
Yeah, one more illusion plus the Meteor Hammer, it should die.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Middle tower has fallen.
Tundra are set up for bottom tier 3 of their own, but another smoke from Shopify back across the map here, see if they can find anything.
They need to get the Pango. I mean, Arteezy's pinging it right away. They have to focus fire him, kill him before that fight starts. He is the biggest problem that Arteezy's running into right now.
Dude, they're going to intercept perfectly, but you don't have Abed here. If they can get a ward up on the high ground, it would be very nice for them. 33.
Oh,
It's a target. The Ravage, it catches 2, but where's the follow-up? You gotta be able to grab this Bloodseeker. He's gonna be able to get the BKB. Owie falling low, but 33 just running through the back line. The last one's gonna catch a Terrorblade. Stagerts falling low. He's about to heal up. The Mortimer kisses. Again, you took the fight without your Snapfire, and you're all alive here on the side of Tundra. We're looking for more Skitter. Able to survive 9 picks off. Another crit will fall. Abed has to take the portal back home, fly. He's underneath the ward sentry.
I mean, they need every little bit they can get, and they don't have Abed for the fight at all. And the thing is, too, they focus Skitter, but I feel like Skitter's actually the 3rd carry on the team of Tundra right now. He doesn't even end up dying, and 33 ends up just killing absolutely everybody with 9. They do, like, 5k damage, Brood, 4k damage on the Pango. And that was your Ravage fight, your meta fight, and you lose this fight hard.
If Broodmother got caught in the Ravage, maybe the fight is different. Fly trying to play with under a little bit bottom here and slow down this Roach. Ends up getting caught. Yeah, I mean, RTZ pinged it. He took 1,500 damage from the Broodmother.
Yeah.
The rest was 9. Right? Like literally nothing from this Bloodseeker.
No, he literally just ran away and then reset and got like the last 2 touches or something like that. Oof. I hit a kind of Tundra with a perfect little moment there when they get the smoke. It breaks like instantly as they smoke, so I think that's what allowed 33 to get the BKB off as well to be able to get that fight. And 33, I mean, let's see what item he commits for if he actually just does go for the full hacks. He probably will because it's just such a value item. 11k lead now for them. Another Aegis and a Cheese. And they're not the ones who are cooldown reliant. Shopify can't fight now for these next 50 seconds or so.
Rune.
Whoop. Maybe they can get a pick off at least.
Snaking does have Force Staff. He's going to take a ton of damage here. Does pop the dust. Wait a minute. Snaking's pretty fast.
He's out.
He just walks away. Okay, it's that simple sometimes.
And look at bottom.
There was a haste rune, though. Yeah, you're right. 33 is just taking your base. Okay. Well, you kind of have like a, I don't know, a spider problem, I guess you could say?
They're gone. The
hex.
spiders have infested the home, and you didn't know.
It was coming from inside the house the
What
whole
the
time.
hell? Yeah, you didn't even know. Where's the exterminator?
Dire's
Uh-oh.
courier has been killed.
Level 23, 33. This decision for him to go this hard right-clicking build, it has been paying off so big this game. Soon to be, I mean, very close to being securing their way, it seems like. SR.
Aoi has been such a nuisance on the Enchantress. You're right, double Satyr Tormentor mid lane. He's just Hadoukening the creep wave, and that's it.
This is literally like, I feel like if you just encapsulated Aoi in a nutshell, it's him cutting creep waves and smiling and giggling to himself as a Visage and Enchantress.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's kind of brutal.
And this is a very, it's just a very Tundra kind of game style where it's still 17 to 12, and they just have this massive gold lead because they played the macro so well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is hilarious. Watching this Aoi Enchantress. This is something else. He's like, oh, thanks TB for
Thanks
an
to
illusion as
illusion.
well. I'll use that.
Yep, you get a creep and an illusion. You can even just take like a range creep and it shoves a lane in super hard. I actually think this shard is one of the more busted ones. I feel like most people just think it's the little friends half the time. The little friends is worthless. So in 99% of situations, the double enchant is borderline broken.
Yeah.
And the push is commencing.
33 onto the high ground he goes.
Snake.
Rotation will buy some space, but Snake, nice blink grab of the Mirana. Does have buyback, but still putting that lasso to good use. As you've still got an Aegis on your Broodmother. Again, this is the real carry. He doesn't care. Rupture's going to catch Saberlight, and 33 says, all right, go time for me, man. You can't escape.
Jesus.
Nine's in the base as well, looking for more. Taking a decent chunk of damage from Abed as he hit his level 20 talent. They will connect here on that Noxious Plague. The Mortimer Kins as well. 9 trying to get away. It's not going to be enough, and now Snake King's actually in trouble. And they get the TP cancel. They won't. Right.
I mean,
A
decent
little bit of a hold.
Yeah, they didn't have to use Matter or anything. They had to use Kisses, but Tundra diving a little bit deep there, getting punished. I don't think they saw Abed hit 20 there. I think that caught 9 off guard completely.
What was it? It was Sumail, right? The other day where we were watching, he gets the crit, gets level 20, and just like one shots of Faceless Void in his chrono. Like, people really forget about that timing on the 20 talent.
They're still looking to make a move, even though the Pango's dead.
Fly would be a nice kill. He's got a Lotus Orb, but the Hex catches him from the trees. And Snake King, he's going to find crit here on the high ground. The Lotus buys him a little bit of time.
Cheesy.
They've caught the big... Oh, big Ravage! Archie's in with the lasso! His BKB is there. He needs a Sunder, but he doesn't get it. Hairblade down without buyback. Saberlight goes down as well, right outside the base, and Tundra may have just punched their ticket to the main event.
It looks like, I think they both got BKB off, right? I think 33 and Skeeter both got BKB off, and they lassoed him during it, so nothing going the way of Shopify, and yeah, Tundra, they've done it, absolutely.
That is tier 4s exposed. There are no buybacks, no fortifications, crit. Swirling around in the base, knowing that this one's pretty much over. You can't stop this Broodmother. An incredible game from 33, even after what was a really rough start, right? He just played the map. A lot of this comes down to just the decision-making from Tundra, and a well-deserved victory. They'll move on to the main event. Really sad day for North American fans.
A very sad day for North American fans. I mean, Tundra, this one, they played it to perfection. They just danced on him. That was literally the dance of Dota. The dance of the death of NA Dota right there from Tundra. Just not letting Shopify connect. Like Shopify, they have this, lane advantage. They have a good attempt to be able to try to find these type of plays to look for Tundra. But Tundra, they do the Tundra. They split it up completely. They farm and farm and farm until they get these timings. They get 2 secured Roches, a couple secured fights, and yeah, I mean, what else is there really to say? Tundra just seemed to know exactly how to play versus the Shopify playstyle.
I bet if there was a stat that was the team that most often wins from a kill deficit, I guarantee you it would be Tundra.
Yeah, and it's usually like with like a 50k gold lead or something like that. Something absurd, right? Like even though they're at a kill deficit. This one only a 20k, but either way, I mean, they were making the win. They were making the team fight wins or the pickoff wins and stuff happen even when they were like 5k, 6k deficit. This was a beautiful display really by Tundra's. Shopify, they've got quite a bit to fix. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the tournament. I think we got to cover a couple of their games, and they just were looking pretty disconnected. It's still looking similar.
Yeah. Something is just not working for him. It's hard to say if it's really just a patch thing because it's been about 6 months of a decline for this team. Like, they have really been struggling finding their momentum in any of these major events. Like, the lands and stuff have just not panned out for them. We'll see what happens. You know, there is going to be a big update in August, pre-TI, so we'll, you know, see if that ends up being like a big change to this team. But for now, they're going to have to really hit the boards and try and find something to make this work for them.
Yeah, I'm sure they're starting to feel pretty, like, you know, you start to feel pretty demoralized. Like, none of our, what's really going wrong? And the answer is probably just like a little bit of everything is going wrong. So
it is a little bit.
It's tough to really fix. It's gonna have to be. Yeah, they're gonna have to sit down and talk and really look to see what they can do to fix all this, because it's, you know, they sometimes do have like really good drafts and it still doesn't end up working. Yeah, just hard to tell what really is the main issue.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple fights that looked really good, but it's just the game decision making from Tundra here was just too good. So looking back at this final Ravage, it's like Arteezy shows initially, and they just instantly BKB, and Saberlight blinks in just like a fraction of a second too late. So they just, again, the Ravage looks good, but it just whiffs because the double BKBs.
Yeah, and it could be a moment there where Shopify is feeling like, you know, this is a desperate move. They're like, we have to get this big connection, or the game's just over. And I mean, it probably doesn't even matter anyway because they're playing into an Aegis Brood who can just turn afterwards if they do even get that type of connection and stuff. So yeah, Tundra, super well-deserved win. I mean, with their play style especially too, as yeah. Guess we'll have to see what happens in the further of this tournament.
Nothing like AoE gatekeeping NA Dota. Just exactly what we love to see.
For what?
It's so good.
And the best part is too, it's former teammates as well too, right?
Yeah, it is. It's all former teammates. That's good stuff. I love it. I mean, this has been a fun group stage for sure. I want to say, like, we've been lucky to cast some pretty incredible games so far, so this was a lot of fun. I'm excited for the main event.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we got to see a good amount of one-sided ones where it's like one team got the lead, it didn't really shift the other ones, but we did get to see, I think, like 3 or 4 pretty massive comebacks from like a snuck. I think it was what Execration, the sneak Roshan versus Secret, like a 15k down, and then they just fully swing the game after Tino's like farming Ancients. So we got to see quite a bit of excitement, and I think we are starting to see more narrowing of the hero pool as we're starting to get toward the main event and stuff like that. But I feel like we did get to see a good variety at the least.
Yeah, definitely some unique drafts, some unique takes on the patch, and Tundra still looking as crisp as ever. I mean, they struggled, obviously, in the group stage. They ended up in the tiebreakers for the elimination, so not probably where they would like to be, but obviously still a threat. So we'll see how they do in the group stage, but it's been a lot of fun. We just want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. It's going to be the main event starting tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. There's no break day, is there? Let me double check.
There shouldn't be a break day now.
Okay. So for anyone, maybe looking forward to that, that's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you all so much for watching. That's going to be it for us. It's been a pleasure, Fogged, working with you.
Same, man.
Really expected that, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, wait, for it to be a pleasure or what? What the hell? That's kind of mean, man. No.
No, I didn't expect that I was going to be able to work with you, dude. Come on.
I had to get you. No, me too. It's been a while. You know, I was looking for. I know we play some pubs here and there and stuff like that, but haven't really gotten to like hang out, spend some nice quality Dota time with you. And since what? When I was in Cali for that little like collegiate land.
Yeah, collegiate Dota like 6 years ago or something. So I don't know.
Definitely a treat, and yeah, love working with you. It was a lot of fun, and everyone just give a big shout out to Cryptic. So very fun and enjoyable.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful night. We'll see you all next time.